I'm going to explain how your reading homework will work. Each week you will read a book. They're not very long and they should be fairly easy for you, but it's just to keep you reading on a regular basis. You will get this information, you'll get this document, and you'll have this link where it says selection of books. And what you have to do is then you can click here. And then you'll get different levels that you have to choose from. So level 9 to 12. We'll do an easy level to begin with, but maybe you want to do a harder level. So we'll have a look here. And then here are a selection of books to choose from. We'll choose this one, Big Boots, The Spider. Right. So I'll quickly read through it, and maybe I'll ask some of you to read it afterwards. Spider played all day in the thorn bush. He loved to swing on his super elastic thread. Look at me, I'm flying. All the bugs and beetles thought he was a hero. At home, Spider did kicks and spins. Watch this, he cried. Very clever, said Mum, as she untangled his legs. I wish you were clever enough to find matching socks. Well, his socks don't match. Who cares about socks, scoffed Spider. I can jump from the treetops. I want to jump from the treetops too, said his little sister. Spider laughed. Wait until you are big and brave like me. Show off, said his sister. She didn't like Spider's boasting, and she didn't believe his stories. Chapter 2, The Monster's House. Spider was excited. He wanted to explore the monster's house and have a real adventure. So he crept through the thorn bush and tiptoed across the grass. Suddenly a shadow fell over Spider and he hid behind a leaf. But it was only a sparrow. Spider went on. The monster's house was very quiet. Bravely he stepped inside. The house was silent and still, and Spider went exploring. He peeped in every room, but he didn't see any monsters with fangs. Pah! He said. This is boring. Spider sat down and scratched his leg. All of a sudden, the ground shook. Thud, thud, thud. Spider trembled. Nothing scares me, he gulped. Then a gigantic monster appeared. It had fangs and stamping feet. Help! Cried Spider. Help! The monster lifted its foot, and Spider shut his eyes. Help! Screamed the monster. A spider? It shook with fear, and its fangs rattled. Then it turned white and ran away. Spider was amazed. When Spider got home, he told his family about the monster. I scared it off, he boasted. It looked at me and ran away. I want to see the monster too, said his sister. No, said Spider. You'd be too scared. You're even afraid of teeny-weeny bugs. Chapter 3, Big Boots. Spider's story spread all over the thorn bush. Little bugs and beetles loved the tale of Spider and the monster. By morning, he was famous. Now Spider wanted more adventures. He went back to the monster's house and he hid in the plug hole of the bath. When another monster arrived, Spider jumped out. This monster was all pink, but it screeched and ran away, just like the first one. Spider's mum and dad were not happy. You are always late for tea, grumbled Mum. You're getting too big for your boots, warned Dad. Big boots, cried Spider's sister. I don't believe you've ever seen a monster. You're just making it all up. Spider grinned. You just wish you were brave like me, he said. Chapter 4. Look out! One morning, Spider marched into the monster's house, but no one was there. He sat in the bath. He had a doze in a shoe. Then he hung in the doorway, but there was nobody to scare. Suddenly, Spider saw his sister creeping across the doorstep. She had followed him to the monster's house. She was brave like him, after all. Spider was just going to call out and tell her to be careful when he froze. Out of the shadows crept a teeny-weeny bug. Spider was terrified of teeny-weeny bugs. He shook like a jelly. Look out, he said in a tiny voice. But his sister didn't hear. The teeny-weeny bug crept up behind Spider's sister. She took a step. So did the teeny-weeny bug. She took another step. So did the teeny-weeny bug. She turned around. Help! Screamed Spider's sister. Suddenly they heard thud, thud, thud. The monsters are coming home, cried Spider. Run! But his sister was so scared she couldn't move. I've got to save her, thought Spider. Then Spider remembered what his mother always said. Don't be afraid of teeny-weeny bugs. They are much smaller than you. Spider took a deep breath. He whizzed up the top of the door. Watch out below, he cried, and he swooped down and grabbed hold of his sister. Spider grabbed hold of his sister, swung her out of the door and onto the grass. Thanks, she said. I didn't believe you were brave, but you really are. Well, you were brave to follow me, said Spider proudly. Spider and his sister went home. Oh, sorry, I'll just mute. Okay. Chapter 5. Nothing scares us. Spider and his sister went home. She told everyone how he had saved her. You're not even afraid of teeny-weeny bugs, she said, are you? You're so small, said Spider with a wink. They are so small, said Spider with a wink. I don't bother being scared of them. Spider is a hero, cried all the bugs and beetles. My sister's brave too, said Spider. She went into the monster's house alone. Yes, nothing scares us, said Spider's sister. She smiled at him happily. Next morning, Spider's sister helped him find matching socks. Then he took her to the thorn bush to play. Take care, said Mum. Don't swing too high. But they did. They swung high, side by side. They were brave and fearless together, and it was great. When the teeny-weeny bug got home, he told his family about the spiders. I scared them off, he boasted. 2 of them. I don't believe you, said his sister. Next time, I'm coming with you. Okay, so that's the story of the teeny-weeny bug. Now, that's just an example of a book you can read. Some of you will find this book too easy, and others will think it's just right. So once you've read your book, that was a level 9 book, you have to fill out your Booklog. Okay, so we go here, and hopefully we'll enter. But first of all, you need to write your name. So I write my name in here. Okay, and then I need to write the name of the book I have just read. Okay, so I read Big Boots the Spider. And now actually I think it has to be a capital like that. Boots, and then the is small, but spider is big. Okay, all the important nouns have to be big, or words. The and is small. So Big Boots the Spider was the name of the book. Then I type fill in what level it was. It was level 9. How much did I enjoy the book? Okay, I don't know. It was okay. That would be a 3 then. If I really liked it, 5. If I hated the book or really disliked it, then it's 1. If I dislike it a bit, it's 2. If it's okay, 3. If I like it, then it's 4. But if I really like it, then 5. I'm going to put 3. Okay. Why did you or didn't you enjoy the book? So I can say it was quite funny, but maybe it could have been more exciting. Okay, that's just my opinion. You probably all have different opinions. Write a summary, a short description. So let's keep it short and simple. A spider visits a monster's house. Yep, full stop. And that I need to put an apostrophe here. A monster's. Okay. Maybe and scares the monster away, right? Monster away. His sister wants to come with him. The spider's sister wants to come with him. Sister wants to come with him. One day she does. They are both scared by a small bug. Okay, and they are both, that's actually enough. Yeah, you don't have to put every single little thing that happens. Yeah, keep it nice and short. Yeah, because you don't want to repeat the whole book. It's just for me to see that you have read the book, that you haven't just skim read it, okay? That you've actually read the story and you know what happens, right? Okay, so next part, write the most difficult word to spell from the story. Now, even if you find all the words easy to spell in the story, you have to find the one which is the most difficult. So, where is it? If anybody has an idea, I can't remember what all the spellings were. Laughed is quite difficult. I still think laughed is the hardest. If I go through, I'm just quickly looking at all the words. Obviously, you would spend more time, but we haven't got loads of time. So, yep, I'll go with laughed. So I think laughed is the hardest word to spell. It's quite a difficult one. It doesn't really make sense. What is the most interesting word? So there's quite a few interesting words. There's teeny weeny. There's scoffed. I think that's early on. Fangs, gulped, I suppose. But this is scratched. Yeah, it's your personal opinion, whatever word you think is interesting. Let's go with scratched then. Scratched. Okay. How easy or difficult did you find it to read the book? Okay, well, of course, I'm an adult, so I found it fairly easy. Yeah, so maybe 4 or 5. Yeah. 3 means it was just right for you, it was perfect. And number 1 means it was really hard, 2 a little bit hard. That's okay, maybe, because the book shouldn't be too easy, yeah. And the reason for this is then you can see maybe you need to do a harder level, and I can check as well, because for instance, if you find so we have, this is level 9. If you go to the level 12, it could be that you find the level 12 books too easy, in which case I need to give you some different books, okay? This is just testing out what level you need. And then you click on submit, yeah. And here you can edit your response, or if you've read another book, submit a new one. So if you made a mistake, if you think, oh no, I wanted to say something different, like here, actually I wanted to change that to 4, and then you can submit it again, yeah, if you've made a mistake. Okay, so just to repeat, you will get this email here with this information, okay? And you can click on selection of books to find these treetop books, yeah, levels 9 to 12. You click on a level 10, open it, and then choose a book, Dustbin, okay? That's the name of this book. You read it, then you fill out the book log, okay? So then you fill out this book log with your answers. Does that make sense? Good. Well, yeah, along with, of course, all the work that we did during the week and your spellings, okay? So that's what you have to do for now. Yeah, I think it's manageable. Don't worry if the books are too hard or too easy. Fill out the form, because I can then see what you've written, and based on that, I can maybe give you different books. Yeah? And it comes down to what you would prefer. Maybe you find it just right.